Welcome to Teach Me Tuesday. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to make this adorable crazy bird card. The first step is going to be stamping your crackle background, and I've used the Just Right stamp in Memento Gray Flannel. Now we want to use the Paper Soft color, and this is a new water-based ink. You use these sponge brushes from Viva Decor. And when you open up the Paper Soft color, there'll be a foil seal on it. Remove that and then you'll see these sponges. You want to leave those sponges in there. That's how you load your brush. And what you do is you tap your sponge brush down onto the sponge and that will pick up your color. And then you can start off your paper and then actually go onto the paper. When you're done with the red, you're going to do the exact same thing with the green. And the red that I'm using is Carmine red. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to tap onto the sponge to load some color onto our sponge brush. Start off and then work on. And continue that until you get your desired background. So this is what our crackle background looks like, adding the Viva Decor Paper Soft color. Now I want to stamp and color my bird, and I've colored my bird with the moss green as well. So we're going to stamp the bird on the Tim Holtz stamping paper, and I'm going to use Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And then while I have my ink out, I'm also going to stamp the Santa hat. And the Santa hat is actually part of the Crazy Things accessory set. I've actually already stamped the bird before, and I have masks. So I'm going to mask off his feet, and I'm also going to mask off his eyes. And I used a dot repositionable adhesive on the back. Stick the beak and the eyes over top. And I'm going to cover his feet. And then for the Santa hat, I want to do the bottom part because I'm going to be using Neon Amplify for dimension on the Santa hat. And then I'm also going to do the little ball here. And now I'm ready to color. So I'm going to start with my green, and this time I want to do him kind of heavy. So I'm going to really tap into the sponge on the Paper Soft color. And make sure you load the side of your brush so you can get in by his beak and his eyes. Now, how I created mine was I actually went in and I got a little more ink and I just kind of tapped. And you can see if I get close up, it kind of looks like feathers. While that's drying, I'm going to do my Santa hat. Make sure that you put your cover back on so your Paper Soft color ink does not dry out. And then the brushes are washable, so simply wash them in warm water and let them dry, and you'll be able to use them in all of the different Paper Soft color inks. And now that our ink is dry, the next step is I'm going to go in with the Memento markers in Ladybug and Green Olive, which match really well with the dark Carmine red and the moss green Paper Soft color. And I want to just take the brush tip part of the marker and just kind of do some accents here. And when you get them finished the way that you want them, you can take off your masks. Now you can see where the mask was here. It's just a little bit of white by the eye. So I can actually take my marker and just go in just a little bit and add color right there. So now I want to take the crazy things and the bird crazy dies, and there's a set of each so they coordinate with the matching stamp sets. And I'm going to take the bird die and I'm going to cut him out, and I'm going to take the Santa hat and I'm going to cut it out. So here I've taken a piece of repositionable tape, placed the dies on, and now they've been cut out. So I'm going to remove those. And there's my Santa hat perfectly cut out. And here is my bird crazy. Now I want to color the lips of this, which I'm going to use the ladybug again, and I'm going to use glossy accents for his eyes. So now we want to take the Neon Amplify, which basically gives you the look of snow onto the little hat here, and use it to do our little puffball here and the white on the hat. And then taking a heat gun, you want to heat it from the side. And I'm going to use a pair of tweezers here so I don't burn my fingers. And you can see the dimension once we've heated it up. We're going to be using an A2 card base. And then I am going to use Card Creator Basic Set B. I'm using the largest die for my crackle background. And then I'm going to cut out of a piece of white cardstock and a piece of the matching Tim Holtz Craft Core cardstock, the larger and the smaller accent dies here. So I've cut this one out, and that will be our first layer. And then here are the two pieces that I shared with you. So onto our little piece of white cardstock here, we're going to stamp our Happy Holiday sentiment. And that is from the Simple Saying set, Tim Holtz. So here our sentiment is stamped, and now we're going to use the tiny brush that comes with the Viva Decor and use our Paper Soft color again to add a little bit of color to our sentiment. So next we want to add our layer for our sentiment, and this fits perfectly across the card. And then we're going to add some pop dots to our sentiment, and then some adhesive to our bird. So this finishes our Crazy Birds card. I hope I've inspired you with the new Paper Soft color. All of the items that I used in this video can be found on stampingscrapping.com. Happy creating! Thanks for watching.